Alright, guys, welcome back. We are watching Made in Abyss, Season 1, Episode 5. Last time, we began our trek down into the Abyss. We made it through the first layer already, the edge of the Abyss, and we have arrived at the second layer. So things are getting more dangerous, things are getting scary. You know, I was thinking about this a few days ago. I was just thinking about this show and, like, the lore. How do we know how many layers of the Abyss there even are? You know, like, if there's like the weird information control stuff that they mentioned kinda about how if you're not a white whistle, they don't believe information that you send up, right? And no one can ever come back up from the lower levels of the abyss. So, how do we even know how many layers there are? What if it just goes down forever and we just don't know? You know, there's just no end to it. You know what? Thematically, I feel like there could be something there if there is no end to the abyss, but who knows? We'll learn about that in 500 episodes, I'm sure. But we are starting episode 5 of Made in Abyss. You can line you and copy up with this if you want to. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Oh, do I have this on the right track? I think I have my subtitles on. There we go. We have made it. God, it looks so crazy. Like, just the landscape. Like, how does this happen? How does this form? How is this possible? Man. Oh boy, we made it. Sure. Real positive about it. I guess. We're so far down now that they'll treat it as a suicide. They won't bother coming looking for us. Awesome. Oh, God. Man, it looks terrifying. What is that thing? I call him his buddies. I hope not. Ooh. They themselves are unnatural. That is actually an interesting line. Like, thematically, I'm gonna have to think about that one. I don't know. Man, some crazy, like, I don't know, lily pads, I guess? Amagiri. Okay. How does that even happen? Like, how does that happen evolutionarily? You know, I don't know. That's cool though. I don't know. I guess that's yeah, pretty useful for navigation. I just wonder how that even like what would be special about the north end of the abyss that would make them point there, you know? Yeah, nothing like before. So what a radical difference. Gotta get to the secret camp. How far down is it in the second layer? Oh, God. Right. Yeah, not like that weird memory. It's interesting how he actually it's like Reg is our narrator, not Rico, you know? It's like we're from his point of view. We get his thoughts. How often do we get Rico's thoughts? I don't know. Oh, God. What are we dealing with? Oh, man. Yeah, great. It's a moon whistle. Man. Moon whistles are down here dying on the second layer, I guess. Oh, God. The way it, like, merges with its weird animalistic sounds, you know? Man. A corpse weeper, of course. Obviously. Mimic the plea. Okay. Sure. Interesting. But I wonder, that's like crazy, you know? Like, it's like it preys on humans. Okay, like, you don't need to show me that. It's like it preys on humans specifically, right? With this weird voice shit. But, okay. Great. But if the Abyss was only discovered 2,000 years ago, it's kind of crazy, right? You know what I mean? Did they already prey on humans like this? with this weird voice thing. Come on. You don't let her die. Why would she push Reg down like that? Why would she do that? Like, okay, whatever. I guess that's just Rico. I guess that's just what she does. I don't know. Let me read the lyrics to the opening. Haven't been doing that enough. It's a good first line, huh? Just more and more, I'm just more sure that my interpretation of the Abyss is, like, correct. Even though I guess it's such a vague interpretation that, like, I guess obviously, you know? The trail that leads towards the truth, huh? The compass needle never moves. From which there's no escape. I like this opening. It's good. God, that map of the Abyss looks so cool. Ooh, we got a new art there at the end. With Ozen. Incinerator time, I guess. God, they're like smart. Like, the man. Oh, God, and she's going up. Oh, man, why would she do that? Why would she not just let Reg get captured? I guess then she would just die too, because I don't know if Reg would be able to fight off the birds. Oh, man, really? It's affecting her that much? Like, if Reg got picked up by it, I guess she would just get picked up too immediately, you know? And then they would really be screwed. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think those chicks are gonna be able to eat her, at least. Where? Where are you? Okay. So, like, that, to me, it just makes me think, like, go. Obviously, it shows in some way he was, like, looking for something, right? As he was coming up from the Abyss, you know? As a person. Yeah. Just like this, haven't you? Oh, man, the sound design. The way it, like, goes back and forth. Okay, alright. Oh, God, she barely dodged it. Rico wasn't in it, at least. God. Yeah, man. Crazy, right? Yeah, catch her. Nice. Good catch. The way she, like, ragdolled there as he caught her. Oh my god. Oh, rough. That bad, huh? It, like, knocked her out. This is only the second layer. Man, that dangerous this early, you know? It really just shows how, I don't know, it's their first brush with danger, I guess. How much it raises the stakes, like, for Reg, too. His duty to protect her, right? Like, she'd just be dead. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Really raises the stakes mentally for him. Oh. Yeah, it just really seems like he's just like a weapon, you know? Just like a crazy, I mean, he has this, God, it just makes you think, like, what was his purpose for coming up to the surface, to Earth, you know? Was he gonna, I don't know, destroy Earth and kill everyone? I just don't know. He's lost his memory, so, but he just seems just so kind-hearted, and so, you know, it's hard to imagine, but if he's lost his memory, okay, right. Sure. Sure, yeah, I guess. Oh, come on, it's fine. Really? Just because he's a robot? You think? You think he's a robot? Like, I guess. Like, I guess he's a robot. But he's clearly, like, a person, right? I guess that's interesting, right? Him being so much more embarrassed than her, even though he's supposed to be the robot, you know? Yeah, he is. Mm-hmm. You gotta come up with a name immediately. I guess that'll fit into her legend, right? Yeah, man. And you were close to not being able to save her too. Like, man. What was? True, right. Okay, sure. So he's gonna get, like, lone control over it. Yeah. Okay, I guess. Sure. Okay, sure, right. Right. And I guess, like, I'm saying all this about Reg potentially coming up for a nefarious purpose just because he has these crazy weapons attached to him, but he did save Rico immediately, so I don't know. Used up all his power. Oh, God. The sound design is just crazy. It's so good. It's not even just the music, it's just, like, the sound effects and everything, too. Oh. Man, and with him knocked out, there's no one to protect Rico, so that's just terrifying, you know? Oh, God, that sound. Oh, man, no. Great. Right. Gone. It's gone. Okay. Okay. Right. I don't know. How much should I read into that? Is that just her saying that leaking into his dreams? Or is that more relevant to his memories? I don't know. What's gone? Yeah, seems like it. I guess. Oh, not the notebook, actually. Yeah. What are we gonna do without that? I mean, I'm sure she has it all memorized, but I wanted to make like a good log of things, like her mother did, probably. Yeah. Good luck. Can't really go grab it up there, I guess. Yeah, someone will find it. It will be part of your legend. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I guess that's the important part, huh? Right. Of course. Because, of course, you reaching the bottom would prove that, I'm sure. Okay. Sure. Right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I guess you should make a new one. You should make part 2. Very nice. Man, Rico knows how to do everything. It's actually crazy. She's like, I don't know. She's got it down. Okay, the texture looks really strange. I don't think she did. What, that bothers you? Why? Oh, true. Right. Okay, sure. I guess. But, like, it's not, you know. It's, man, twice in one episode, huh? Come on. Like, yeah, he's just a robot, I'm sure. Hmm. Okay. Oh, the music's so good. Yeah, okay, sure, true. It's like the circle of life, I guess, right? Like, yeah. Hmm. So it's like, yeah, they okay. Yeah, it's like it ends up with their efforts not being in vain, you know. They're you could get to, you know, continue their journey where they left off almost, you know? It's like the work of the past continuing through to the present. Yeah, a very different attitude about things, huh? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's that good, huh? I don't know. It looked weird though. The texture. It was like I don't know. Something about it didn't sit right. Down we go into the abyss. Oh, oh God. Oh God. That's horrible. Oh God, that's so cool. So we can keep like tension in his arms as he's like retracting and detracting them, you know? That's pretty cool. Yeah, can't take all of them. Can't take the whole haul, unfortunately. Gonna keep one. Gonna keep one of the weird blue egg looking things. Sure. Ooh, it's dark down here. Getting deeper, getting darker. Oh, it's the inverted forest. We're here already. Man. Man, I don't know how trees could possibly grow upside down like this, but sure. Literally, how is that possible? Is it just supposed to be the wind, I guess? Blowing the water up? Oh, is it colder down here? Yeah, right? I guess it's better than it being, like, hot. It looks so humid down here. It'd probably be awful. Okay, right, from the force field, yeah. They brought cold weather gear? They are stocked up. Man. Put it on. I bet you'd look awesome. How does that fit over your head? Sure. Not affected by it, huh? Why are you smelling it? True, yeah. Can you show it to me? No? How often do you stare at Reg while he's sleeping? You think? You think that's a writing system? Maybe. Maybe. I guess that could be a writing system. It doesn't look like it to me. Oh, God. Right. The monkeys are here. Inbyo. I guess, yeah. Yes. I think so. Man, they look creepy. The animation. The Corpse Sweeper didn't have, like, the weird animation style that the other monsters like these ones do. I wonder why. Because that weird spider thing did, that flying thing did, these guys do. But the Corpse Sweeper didn't. I don't know why. Oh, God. What are we gonna do? Oh, okay. We're good. We randomly landed somewhere. Man, I thank God these things are stable enough. I don't know how they're this stable to hold weight like this. Okay, sure. She's just completely unfazed. She just does not care. Just like, calm down, Reg. Doesn't matter. Just some monkeys. Ooh. Man, crazy ass telescope. What the hell? Oh my god. It's like a marvel. Yeah. Neither of them should be down here, huh? You got a nice outfit. Look very fancy. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. So it's like competition, I guess? Like there's more competition in the center, so it's... Sure. I guess that makes sense, right? Yeah. Oh, and the curse becomes easier to bear. That is very interesting, actually. Well, I guess if the force field becomes less dense or whatever it is, and the curse becomes easier to bear the further out you get, I guess you would assume those two things are related, right? I mean, it sure is. God, it looks so cool. I wonder how far down they have, like, bases like this, you know? Like, what's the furthest one? Yeah. But you two aren't supposed to be here, are you? Why would using both hands make a difference? Okay, sure. If you say so. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. That brat. So she's still alive, huh? Makes you really wonder what her thoughts towards Rico are, huh? God, her whistle like looks like a bowl. Ooh. Interesting line, huh? Okay. Oh, God, it's already over? That one went by so fast. I guess that was only... I don't know, there's 23 minutes. This one was kind of shorter than normal, wasn't it? Huh. That was good. I feel like, I don't know, lots of interesting questions about Steph raised, I suppose. And a lot of questions that we aren't going to be able to answer yet, but that's okay. I guess it's literally impossible to, like, know the answers to anything yet. So, I don't know. Like... Oh, they're making the bone soup. God, I love the CD. It's so good. It's so like positive, you know? It's such as just a, I don't know. It really like matches like Rico's attitude towards it, you know? It feels like it would be like unfitting because of how like serious the Abyss is in a way, you know? But I guess I can imagine like Rico writing this song, you know? All right. Still don't know what that weird thing is up there. Man, we are getting down there, huh? Secret Camp, next episode. Whoops, no spoilers. Okay. We will talk about it in the discussion. All right, let's talk about the episode. So this was a good episode. I liked it. I don't know, we got some information about some things, kinda, but it really kind of just has added more questions about stuff. Like Reg, what is Reg? Like, what's up with him, you know? I don't know, I don't know. Because obviously, to me, the fact that he has lost his memory makes me think that there could really, I mean, I guess it could really be anything. But the idea of him having lost his memory and his actual, like, purpose or whatever he was sent up for was something that isn't really in line with what he's doing now, that would, like, make sense to me, right? Just in, like, terms of, like, storytelling, you know? I can imagine that being some kind of big, crazy reveal in, you know, forever from now. But who knows? I mean, I guess in that sense that's interesting, right? Because like he's a robot, and we've been talking about how he's a robot, and everyone views him as a robot, and you know, blah 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 blah. Even though to me he's just like a person, right? You know what I mean? Like Reg, he several times in this episode he was like embarrassed about stuff, and like you know he was scared about eating the corpse reaper because of it eating humans, all of that, you know, stuff that even Rika herself isn't worried about, you know, and she even said to Reg, like, oh, I'm surprised you're worried about this because you're a robot, you know. So it's clear that Reg is, like, very human, you know. So in that sense, I guess, hard to say exactly what Reg thinks about the idea of being a robot versus being a human. But if we relate it to the idea of him having some original purpose to having come up here that like might not have been a good thing, then I think that kind of fits in the sense of like much later on in the story, I could imagine Reg struggling with the idea of him, his purpose or whatever built him or whatever, having created him as some kind of crazy weapon of mass destruction. Kind of in like a similar way to him being recognized as like a human or not. You know what I mean? Like, if he's just a robot who was just built for a purpose to be a weapon of mass destruction that was up there, I don't know, to kill everyone on Earth or something, do some crazy shit. Obviously, like I'm saying that doesn't really make complete sense because he did save Rico, right? He saved Rico before he lost his memories, assumedly, right? I guess I'm assuming he still knew what was going on when he saved Rico from the Crimson Splitjaw, right? But just go with me with this hypothetical, you know. So I guess I can just imagine him struggling with like his origins as a robot and all of that, you know. And him being recognized as like a human more so than just a robot, I think like goes alongside that, right? Because if it's obvious to me that he's like a person, like a realized person who can do his own thing and isn't just a robot, whatever that even means, then it's clear that also like his origins, and if it's like not a good thing, then that doesn't really matter, right? Like who cares what his origins are going to end up being if he's who he is now, you know what I mean? Of course, again, that only really applies, I'm like really speculating about something that might never happen and a plot thread that hasn't even started to be picked up or anything yet. So I'm just saying, the reason I bring it up is just because the crazy destruction from the incinerator just makes me think so much that he's like he's terrifying. You know, like he is he really got some stuff going on. Oh, where are my subtitles? Where'd they go? Oh, it's because I had to restart. There we go. But yeah, Rico's really happy that we made it down. We passed our final lesson because now it will be treated as a suicide. No one will bother coming down because they don't want to die. So that's great. That's really good. I don't know. Again, it's just like the juxtaposition between how happy Rico is about everything and her attitude, and like the actual reality of their situation and the insanity of what they're doing. I don't know. It's really interesting. I guess, I mean, I've talked about this in every discussion about how hard it is to view anything in the same way Rico is. But Rico's attitude just makes you want to, like, go along with it and just be like, yeah, sounds good to me, right? And it's like, I feel like Rico's the main character, right? So obviously she's not just going to fall in a hole and die, right? So just because of that, because of her being the main character and having like plot armor because of that, obviously, I'm not just going to assume that she's just going to randomly die and that everything is actually going to be terrible for her. Or even just get, I don't know, like, I feel like in some sense we got a little taste of like the consequences of how dangerous the Abyss are in this episode, right? But it's not like she actually was like injured or had any lasting effect on her, right? But maybe that could be the point, right? Because I've said this several times about how the abyss for me is kind of like representative, symbolic of just like desire as a whole, right? Like any kind of human desire that someone has, right? Like a longing, a desire to like do something with your life, to be more specific, like a long-standing desire that you have. So Rico, everyone around Rico telling her that the abyss is so dangerous, and everyone being so terrified about her dying and all of this, makes sense in the same sense of like people, the same reason why people don't chase their dreams in real life, right? Because of like the risk attached to it, right? Because of the kind of society we live in, you can't spend time going after whatever your specific dream is. That's like a dangerous thing to do. You'll be homeless, right? But in that sense, I guess maybe Rico never actually facing serious consequences and like always actually being fine. I guess I can see like thematic merit to that, right? Like I can imagine her having incidents like this one, but nothing even that much more significant than this. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see where we go. At the same time, I guess I can imagine Rico being facing some kind of serious consequences, some serious danger, and like lasting consequences from the abyss and the wildlife or whatever. And her just like brushing it off and having a good attitude anyway, right? I guess that would be her attitude no matter what. But, either way, I feel like I understand like the point in that. You know what I mean? That it doesn't matter that it's dangerous, and she's still, we still got to go down. God, what is this thing? What am I looking at? It's terrifying. I don't know. It's something. It is something. It's going to call its buddies, apparently. They must prepare themselves for what's to come. In this place that transcends the ordinary, they themselves are unnatural. Are the enemy, are the prey, are a threat. That's very interesting, saying that they are the unnatural ones for being here. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like some kind of thematic meaning I can take from that, some kind of that being like representative of something with like my framework of viewing the abyss in this way, but I guess I don't know. I can't really think of anything I could apply that to. Like, obviously, like, in the universe, that makes sense, right? Like, yeah, it's almost like they're entering into an alien world. How crazy this place is. I mean, man, I don't know. We get to learn some more about the ecology of the abyss, see all this crazy shit. So, the abyss obviously has to have been around for a long time. Here, I'm gonna, like, nerd out over, like, weird evolutionary biology for a second. Like, the abyss has to have been here for a long time, because we can see that there are all of these plants and animals that have adapted and evolved to exist in the abyss, right? Like, I don't know what it is, what kind of, like, force would make these things always point north, and these always point towards the center. I imagine for them pointing towards the center is probably the force field, right? Like in real life, right? Or even in their universe, just like the abyss is like different, right? The presence of like light, for example, right? Like or oxygen, air, is a force in the environment, or like an element in the environment that exists that like animals and plants have like evolved to interact with, obviously, because it's like an omnipresent thing that's everywhere, Like, of course, humans breathe oxygen because there's oxygen everywhere. Like, there's, obviously, you know what I mean? So, in the abyss, things evolving in a way that like interacts with the force field, and whatever that is, like a force that's like, whatever it is, that like that makes a lot of sense, right? That's just, I don't know, that's just a really cool thing to do in a story. How we've like introduced a new like force into the environment, and the plants and animals are obviously like evolving and adapting in a way that like accounts for it. Or it's not that it accounts for it, it's they are evolving and adapting because of that force, right? I imagine that's what makes these, like, the branches, or like the weird lily pad things, like point towards the center of the abyss, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because they told us that the center of the abyss, the force field's like stronger, So however it works, I imagine there's some kind of force, or like the way that these are structured, there's some kind of like whatever kind of nutrients they get from it, or if it's like, I don't know if it's like they have chlorophyll or like whatever it is, right? I imagine them facing it is like an advantage in some way, And that's why they do that, right? All of the little things pointing north, I have no idea how that would happen. What's special about north in the abyss? Couldn't tell you. I don't know. There got to be something, right? There literally has to be something that would make them always face north. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Anyway, Rico does sound pretty smart right now. Nothing like when we were back in Orwith. Rico's really the goat. She really knows everything. It's kind of crazy. And God, this crazy, the corpse weeper. Let's talk about it a little bit more. So, it mimics human voices to, like, lure people towards it, right? Like, it just worked on Reg and Rico, right? So, how does that even happen, right? Like, there are several things you could take from this, right? Is one, the abyss had actually been discovered way more than 2,000 years ago, and humans have been interacting with creatures like this for a very long time. For so long that they have evolved to prey on humans specifically, right? And that's why that they have this weird, like, speech mimicking thing, you know? Because it seems like it's specifically to prey on humans, right? Or two, well, no, there's going to be a third. Two, there could be other, like, creatures in the abyss that use, like, vocal language and sounds that would be attracted to, like, a captured member of their species, just like humans are, and it just so happens that it also works on humans, you know? Like, I guess that's possible. It just, to me, it seems like this creature seems like it must have, like, this is only going to work on people, I feel like, because I feel like most animals aren't going to run or going to book it to the sounds of another one of their species being murdered, right? So humans, like Reg and Rico, are, like, the only things I know of that would go out of their way to go help another person, right? Or even have, like, like, a language like this where you can hear someone saying, help me, you know? Like, I guess there could be another creature that is a very social kind of animal, and when they hear another member of their species screaming in pain, they go to help, I guess. And I guess this whole, like, weird thing that the Corpse Reaper does could work in that situation, but I don't know. It seems so human-specific to me. And then the other thing is that there could be other people, like, not people, but things like Reg that can speak, like, down in the abyss somewhere, and that is why the Corpse Reaper does what it does, right? And I don't know. I can't decide which. All of those kind of make sense to me in a way. And I have no idea. I'm gonna assume that the author has put a lot of thought into the ecosystem here, because he's very clearly, like, thinking about these things, and he's made, like, new plants and animals that make sense in the environment we're in. So I don't know. I'm going to, like, use that as evidence, even if I guess a lot of people could say it's just me overthinking it and it wasn't intended. But I don't know. The idea of the abyss having been discovered a long time ago, or the idea of this being, like, other people or things like people that can speak existing in the abyss. But I feel like this is supporting evidence for either of those, you know? Obviously, the Corpse Reaper is also, like, terrifying. Like, this is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. Like, what? Like, this is just horrible. It's like, imagine if parrots did this. We had giant parrots, you know? God, that would be horrible. Oh, God, and yeah, here we go. We got our first taste of danger. Reg gotta save Rico, of course. It just shows how fast it can happen, right? That if he didn't have the incinerator, and if he didn't, like, if he wasn't here right now in this moment to immediately save her, it would be over. She would have died, right? At the same time, she did literally push Reg down, so she would be the one who gets captured instead, which was crazy. But I guess if it was just her, she would have been screwed anyway. It's not like she can fight all these things off, right? So, I don't know. It kind of goes to show you how unprepared Rico would be without Reg. Which is interesting, right? Like, I don't know what to think about that, because it kind of makes you feel like it shows that Rico is in some way just, like, naive, and, like, you know, oh, she would have just died immediately if she came down here alone. Because the implication is she would have come down here alone, with or without Reg, you know? But I guess with her attitude towards things, maybe that would have been okay, right? Like, I think she would have felt like she had to do it, whether it would have been certain death or not. I don't even know if certain death would have been, like, a negative in her mind, right? Just because of the way this society even views death and the abyss and all of that, you know? And by extension, that she does as well, you know? I don't know. And Reg has another weird thought. Where are you? What was he looking for? I mean, I guess we assume he was looking for a person then before he lost his memories. Was he looking for Rico specifically? I mean, maybe. That's kind of a crazy coincidence that he ran into her immediately right when she needed help, like, I guess. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder what he was looking for specifically, or who, I guess. And he shoots the crazy giant incinerator, which looks like completely insane. The sound design is so good from the incinerator. Man, it's crazy. Reg saves her. She looks very stupid in this shot as she like ragdolls as she gets caught. But I guess I feel bad for her because she is knocked out from being cursed. So unlucky. Down we go. Oh god, and yeah, just what's going through Reg's mind. So many things going through his mind, I feel like, Like not only just he could have just killed Rico in that moment, but also like what is he? Why do I have this crazy laser attached to me? But also it shows how incredibly close he was to Rico just dying. Either way, you know what I mean? Like he could have just not been able to save Rico there and everything would have been horrible. And like they're only at the second layer. So great, fantastic. And we get our first scene of Reg being real embarrassed about stuff, of course. I feel like it just serves as just characterization for Reg, and it's just, like, even more so. I guess anyone in the audience is going to, like, view Reg as a person already by this point. So if anything, it's just interesting that, like, Rico continues to say, oh, you were just a robot, you know? Because he's not. He's not just a robot. And I'm trying to think why Rico would even think like that in the first place, you know? Like, why would she have some weird, like, predisposition to assuming that he's just a robot who doesn't need to feel these, like, human things, you know? Because I guess it's because she obviously cares about Reg. I'm not saying that she's, like, that she doesn't like Reg or something, or that she views him as, like, lesser. But it is interesting that she wants to, like, discount the idea of him feeling this kind of thing because of him being a robot, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that doesn't really even fit with Rico and like her personality and her mentality about things, but maybe it does. I guess I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. And we immediately have to name it the Incinerator, the Cremation Cannon, which is a pretty metal name, I guess. And yeah, she points out that he used to be really good at controlling it, so sure, I guess he won't be a horrible weapon of mass destruction forever. But he passes out. He used up all his energy. Unlucky. And that's, like, scary, right? Because when he's knocked out, there's no one to protect Rico. So, I don't know. And then this scene, I don't know. Like, we have this dream that Reg's having where Rico's saying it's gone. I don't know if I should take this as just, like, the thing with, like, Rico was saying, oh, it's gone in real life. So it was just, like, melting into his dream. Or if I should assume that this kind of plays into his weird memories thing, and it's like something he was looking for that was gone, as he was going up in the abyss for doing who knows what. I don't know. I don't know. Hard to say, I guess. Either way, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't decide what to think. Rico lost her cave raiding notebook. Unlucky, but it'll just be part of her legend, I suppose. Of course, that's her attitude, right? And this is what I mean when I said, like, I don't even know if dying, if imminent death would even be that much of a downside for Rico. Because she just wants to have a legend so badly, you know? She just wants to leave her mark on the world in some way. Which, again, it's kind of like, to me, that's kind of just like a ominous thing to... God, sorry. That's kind of like an ominous thing to imprint on children, you know, that the society is doing. Especially because it seems like it's for, like, a profit incentive. So, I don't know if I like it that much, but what are you gonna do, I guess? Yeah, let's not make a new one. I mean, I don't know. You can make a new one, I guess, Rico. Why not? You can call it part 2. Like, they'll find part 1 of your notebook in, like, 5 years, and then 100 years later, they'll find part 2 at the bottom of the abyss. It'll be crazy. Be the biggest discovery ever. And Rico just knows how to do everything. She's making this crazy cooking. What's she even cooking it on? I mean, it looks like... I don't know, is it just the stone? I guess. Yeah, I guess it's just the stone with a fire under it. I mean, I don't know how this works. I've never cooked like this, but I guess Rico's, I don't know. Rico's got it together, I suppose. I wonder how you, like, keep it clean. You know what I mean? How do you, I don't know. How are we washing our food and making sure it's not, you know. But yeah, we bring up this, I really like this scene, actually. This whole thing about corpse reapers eating people, the people that they eat becoming part of the flesh and bones of the corpse reaper, and then we eat them, you know. It's like the people from beyond the grave end up helping us, right? It just brings me to the idea of, like, again, just like what I imagine the abyss being representative of in general, and like the idea of other people potentially working towards the same goal or the same desire that you have, and like you being able to piggyback off of their work, right? It's like it's like them living beyond the grave, right? Like it's showing that, like, even if they didn't succeed at their goal in the end, it helps the next generation and it helps them get pushed further towards the same shared goal, you know? I don't know. I like that as an idea. It's pretty cool. God, apparently the blue whistles go hunting, which is kind of terrifying. What do they hunt with? Are there guns in this universe? I don't know. Some kind of crazy relics that shoot things or something? I don't know. I don't know. It's the part of daily life. It sure is. All right. Down we go. We got some really good music playing during this scene. I love it. And Reg's just crazy. Reg just, his body has some crazy stuff going on. That's for sure. We grab one of the blue egg things. Sounds good. We have arrived at the inverted forest already. We are making such fast progress. It's like crazy. We are going. We are going. And I don't know why would the trees grow upside down? It looks like light is coming up from below, right? It really does. So that would make sense why the trees would grow upside down if somehow light is coming up down from below, I guess. I don't know. That just seems rough to me. Because I just feel like with gravity, that would just be like a really hard thing for a species to ever evolve to do. You know? I don't know. Maybe. And then the waterfall's flowing up. Is it just because of the wind? I couldn't tell you how that's possible. I don't know. But it's colder down here, apparently. But again, it looks so humid down here. I guess it's better than it being, like, hot and you, like, being in a horrible, sweaty jungle. He got some weird symbols on his helmet thing. I don't know what that's all about. Rico seems real excited. I guess it must mean something, because they brought it up. Like, surely it doesn't just mean nothing, you know? But I literally, we're gonna learn this language, I guess? Couldn't tell ya. We run into the Inbios. Gotta get out of their turf. They look crazy. We were really in a pickle there for a second, but we got out. Here's where and we see this person with their very cute blue dress and their blue whistle. They're very young for being a blue whistle, aren't they? I mean, to me, they look like they're like Rico's age, but I guess I don't know. I guess I just kind of assumed that, like, if the blue whistles, it seems like to me going from red whistle to blue whistle is a pretty big jump. I guess I'm just surprised that anyone that young would even be capable of it, you know? And yeah, we talk about the creatures and this stuff, the force fields. Apparently, the curse becomes easier to bear the further you are from the center, which is interesting, right? If the force field gets weaker the further you are from the center, and so does the curse, that makes you assume the two phenomena must be linked, right? Obviously, you know. It'd be kind of weird if there's, like, the curse is this crazy shit, and the force field is this other separate crazy shit that are completely unrelated, right? They must be related to each other, if not literally just the same thing, you know? And here is the secret camp. And they are not supposed to be here, so they did not lower the gondola. But Reg throws his arms up there. Ozen is terrifying. And yeah, I don't know. The glint in her eyes for these children would prove to be a glint of hope, or is it instead a sinister omen? That is a very good question. Just kind of like relating Ozen to being like an obstacle in general in their journey or something like that. The idea of that just being a glint of hope or a sinister omen. I don't know. I guess it depends on what your attitude towards it is. But we'll talk about it more when we, I don't know, watch the next episode. So sounds good. That's it. Don't think there's anything else I wanted to talk about. I think I covered it all. So subscribe, please, if you enjoy my videos. Please do it. Leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you in the next one.